Hey guys, what's happening? Shiz here with another episode of Should I Buy It? For any of you who haven't seen these before, what I do is I take a game, I go over it, introduce you, kind of give you an overview, some of the basic gameplay mechanics and what the game has to offer, and from there I want to help you make the decision of whether or not you should buy it. So for any of you who have seen my previous videos, you'll notice I don't have my webcam up today. OBS was giving me some trouble, so please excuse me. It was just with armed assault, and I think it won't be an issue from now on after this video. So I'm going to get started, tell you a bit about what armed assault is. This is the third one, obviously. It'll be familiar to any of you who have played the previous ones. It hasn't strayed much as far as gameplay and the way it works. If you've played DayZ, you are going to be very familiar with the layout, the controls, the mechanics of the game. And so it has a big slew of a campaign to go through and a whole slew of multiplayer options to go through. The campaign is very well done. It is official content created by Bohemia Studios. There's a story to it. You play as a member of NATO, and it's very, very tough. That's what I want to point out to right away. If you haven't played this game, it is fucking hard. It's classified as a military simulation slash MMO shooter. There's two giant land masses you can play on, and it's just enormous. Like the land mass to run across it, if you are familiar with DayZ, you'll know what Chernaris means. I think it's way, way bigger than Chernaris. I can't even conceive running on foot across the land masses. Maybe on the smaller island of Stratus, but on the larger one of Altis, it's just huge. And it legit full of interesting stuff. I mean, it's not, you know, big and empty. It's got little villages and towns and fields and farms and all that kind of interesting stuff. So, as far as the single-player campaign, it's right here. So you have, you know, your basic kind of layout between the prologue, and then it gets into the main story here. It's quite interesting so far. Very, very challenging. I'm playing on Recruit. I'll get back to that in a minute. Showcases. Okay. It just kind of lets you sample what the game is about. You know, night tanks, armed assault. You get an idea of what each of these mechanics offers in the game. Challenges, pretty straightforward, right? Firing drills, time trials. Some of that's DLC, carts is DLC. I'm not covering DLC today, I just want to cover the core game and let you know what it has to offer. Scenarios. This is where user-made stuff comes into play. So it's also multiplayer as a big part of user-made modes. Half of this game is user-made content. I don't know how else to word that, but it's like many people purchase this game just for a mod or a multiplayer mode out there that a user, some community developer has created and put out there with servers and everything else. So it's fucking limitless in that aspect. Just the amount of content you can get out of it that way. I know it's a $60 game, but you will find something to play if you purchase it. If you like survival, you'll find it. If you like action, you'll find it. If you want strategy, you'll find it. You'll get something out of Armed Assault 3. I promise you that. So, scenarios are user-made ones. When you download them, you can get them on the Steam Workshop. You can get them right online if you want, just from the developers' websites. And here's an example of one of them called The Day After. And it says here it's compiled to feel like a cross between DayZ and the upcoming new title, The Division. It's very different looking from the actual military armed assault game. It's a whole other kind of setting. I'm not sure whether or not it takes place on the same island, because sometimes what these mods do is they'll use one of the big land masses and create their mod around that. Sometimes you'll find an entire new landmass, which are huge, and that's where it just gets MMO style. Multiplayer, all kinds of modes. So you'll see here I've filtered out Altis Life RPG. That is a whole other mod and game mode that lets you jump in, and you're not playing military, you're playing as a civilian or a police officer. You have to make money, you have to obey the law. If you're a police officer, you have to reinforce the law. I'll touch more on that after the single player campaign. There's a whole, I should actually show you all of the options for gameplay here. Deathmatch, capture the flag, cooperative mission, capture the island, sector control, team deathmatch, role-playing game, seize, defend, sandbox, and then this is all DLC stuff, Zeus. So you see, there is tons to do. And it all plays like a sim in that sense. And we'll get back to the single player campaign. So I'm just going to jump into a mission here. I want to show you what it's about so you can get a feel of how these missions work. You'll see the scenarios I was showing you before where it lets you sample all the mechanics. They're always implemented in some way or another into these scripted missions. They play much like a sim, so this isn't your Call of Duty or Battlefield. You're going to get in, you might go a bit without seeing gunfire, you got to navigate, you got to look at your map, you got to follow your squad, you got to control your breathing, you got to keep your profile low, you have to manage your ammo, you have to pick up new ammo, you want to pick up devices if you can use them, if they're going to help you on your mission. You know, friendly fire's always on. It's very simulated in that sense. So a bit more on the difficulty here. You see I have it on Recruit. I put it on Recruit because, like I said, it's tough as fuck. This is my first armed assault, you know, game that I've gotten into. So around DayZ, I've played a lot of DayZ, so I was familiar with the controls and kind of the way it works with the scroll wheel and everything else. More on that in a bit. But you can customize so many options, and if it's your first playthrough, I really recommend turning it down to Novice. Like an AI level of Novice, and modify some of these so you have unlimited saves. You can go third person. It's just so necessary, in my opinion. If you want to get the feel of the game and kind of understand how it works, on normal, it can get demoralizing as hell. I mean, you're just gonna... I'm talking like one bullet will put you down. If you don't keep that profile low and be careful where you're running and shooting, one bullet and you could potentially be gone. If you're not gone, you're wounded. If you're wounded, you have to fix your wound. Heal yourself with a kit, if you have one. Otherwise, you might bleed out. Once you heal yourself, you're still going to be injured, so it's going to be harder to walk, harder to shoot, depending on where you took the bullet. All of that comes into play. So I'm going to start with a mission here called Blackfoot Down. Sorry, it's a just kind of a standard. We have to run and get to this helicopter and destroy it in the end. So it'll give you an idea of how the squad play, gunplay works. So here's the map. Get familiar. You'll be looking at it a lot in this game, whether you're playing in a mod or you're playing in single player, multiplayer. You're going to be using it a lot if you have one. That's another thing. A map is equipped. If you don't have a map, you can't look at a map. There's GPS, which can help you out, which will give you like basically a little radar on your HUD. And the map is largely based around coordinates. And if they say we need you at this coordinate, you better be fucking listening to where your squad commander's telling you to go. Because if you're not listening, you're lost. You need to. I mean, there'll be your standard layouts here and telling you what to do, where to go, but you know, there may be a whole body of troops in here that he wants you to avoid, and he recommends going around it. If you go right through there, like I said, this isn't Call of Duty, you're probably gonna die. What are the chances of one soldier taking on 20? Not very good, right? In real life, let's be realistic. You can get your briefing here, your mission, execution, how you should go about it, and everything else. So this is a very straightforward mission. It's nothing too complicated, but it'll give you an idea of the controls and everything else. And then once we do this, we'll tackle some multiplayer. So, here we go. First person, we all know, familiar with this. Third person, notice you can crouch and you can keep walking. You can run while you're crouched. You can sprint while you're standing. You can prone. You can speed ahead at prone. You can roll over. You can get back into crouch. You can lower your weapon. You can raise your weapon. You can zoom in. You can zoom in again to hold your breath. You have an inventory. Okay, which different things you have on you will let you carry a different amount of objects, basically. So, if you don't have a backpack, you're going to have far less space. You have everything from glasses to goggles to binocs to your GPS here. You have a watch, a compass, right? Compass. Oh, that's gameplay time, sorry. I just sped gameplay time right up. Yeah, you can do that. Let me just fuck with that. That will just let you know one of the other I pushed. There. Time deceleration. Minus. Okay. Sorry guys. I hit a key by mistake, so it's basically on fast forward. There we go. Alright. I'm not there backing them up, so they've lost a man already. Let's get back up there. Back into first.
Fire at that pilot! Just up ahead!
You gotta be very careful on where you're going. Listen to orders. You can lean. You'll notice how one bullet kind of takes them out. Okay, you can set your sights on your gun. You'll see there in the top right corner, 100 meters, 200 meters. You have to consider that. If you're shooting far, you gotta raise it. Don't waste your ammo. I know I have 26 rounds in there. If I reload, I'm dropping that clip.
Incoming from Gurner. Get in and get out. Falcon out.
Okay, you see any soldiers on the ground, use your scroll wheel. That gives you options. This game is all about the scroll wheel and the spacebar. Bring up his inventory. You can now, you know, loot anything he may have. Let's take his goggles. Let's take his shades.
We'll take up defensive positions.
You can restock ammo. You really have to manage your ammo. Saving game, excuse that.
Falcon, we've got a survivor at the crash site.
Okay, so they're healing him.
We don't have the supplies to get him moving. Requesting medevac. Over.
Listen to your orders. Let's speed it up a bit.
With respect, Alpha, it's not like we've got a helo on standby here. Bear with me. Wait one. Alright, Alpha. The best we can do is divert an element from Delta. They can bring a stretcher. Sit tight. Out.
Now, I don't know if that's actually fast-forwarding the campaign, but we should have more troops moving in.
Here they come!
There they are. Let's put it back down. And that's to get you past. There's long parts where you'll be navigating and running a long ways. So fire mode, but it's automatic. That was the F key. I was hit. Now I have to be really careful. Now I'm down, so now I have to heal. Mouse wheel. Treat yourself. Am I going to be able to aim? I don't know. It depends where I got hit. Let's wait and see. You know, if you're not careful, if you're not backing your squad up, you're going to lose them. Oh, fuck, they're right there. I'm the only one left. I I gotta pay attention. It just goes to show you. See my breath, losing my breath there. Shouldn't have reloaded. I had 16 rounds in that. Just such a reflex, right? Crouch will give you better aim. I can't see where this motherfucker is. There he is. Grenade, G key. That's probably a smoke grenade. That was a bad idea. Again, I'm on recruit. This is why I can kind of be in the open like so. See, my breath is all fucked up. I've got to take my time. It's either that or I'm injured. Get my breath back. So, that could just show you how tough this game can be. I mean, you really have to get your squads back. From there, it was going into you have to find explosives, and you got to loot the explosives off of some guy because you need to destroy this wreck. So you go around, you search the bodies, you eventually find the explosives, and destroy the wreck. And then your mission is complete. So we'll cut it there for single player. I think it gives you an idea. In between missions, you know, you can end up back at your camp, or you'll get cutscenes, and you'll get interesting little transfers between camps and everything else, and you can rearm. You can choose your loadout as long as you're at your camp. You know, with the rest of whoever's in your squad or your platoon. And that's really the official campaign. So scenarios like I showed you the day after in there, I'm not going to get into that. That's just what I want to do is feature another mod called Breaking Point, which is the main reason I purchased this game. Breaking Point is a lot like DayZ. It's a survival zombie game. A little more intuitive, a little more streamlined, and a little more focused around PvP. So I'll show you that, but first I'm going to jump into a game of Altis Life. So this kind of comes with it. As you join these games, it'll download all necessary content needed to play it. You can also grab it from the website if you need to. But anything done in the multiplayer window in-game here will grab the content you require. Okay, so you'll see here there's, you know, different amounts of players allowed on different servers. These are my favorited ones. They've been servers that have worked out for me. I liked how much money you started with and everything else. So we'll just jump into Olympus 1 here. So the idea with Altis Life is you spawn as first of all, they're controlled by whoever's hosting the server. So what a whitelisted slot means is that you need to register usually on their website to get in under a whitelisted site. So they don't want any griefers or just random people joining and being cops, because cops have a lot of power right off the bat. You start with guns. You start with usually other cops, and you just start, you know, enforcing the law. Is someone speeding? Are they driving without a license? Are they mining without a license? Are they killing other people? Are they injuring other people? You know, it's all a factor in Altis Life. It's quite fun. So we're going to notice how these are not whitelisted, the civilian slots. So we're just going to spawn as a civilian. Okay, and we're in. Welcome to Altis. you have this entire island to explore. Like I said, a lot of the other game modes and mods are based on this island. It is huge. To get, to here, it's just, you need a vehicle. You can run it, yes, but it's going to take forever. You got to consider food and hunger in Altis Life. It's kind of like DayZ with some money making and no zombies, as weird as that sounds. So I bought this outfit that I'm wearing. I bought this backpack that I have on. Here's my inventory. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Tab is to put your hands up. See, what I did is I keep fucking with my controls in each game mode. Yeah, inventory is tab. Let's just put it back to what it was supposed to be here. Let's get rid of that. You see the whole amount of controls. I mean, it's insane. That's going to be part of it. Just to point out, it's good to know right off the bat, you're going to want to get your controls customized so they work for you. Where was that other key? Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll leave inventory as I for now. That's pretty straightforward. I usually just like having it closer to my... Okay, so I don't have anything on me. I haven't collected anything yet. I bought a GPS. So I have the watch. My GPS, can leave that open. So someone's trying to steal someone else's vehicle, which is against the law. Any laws you can think of in real life also apply to this game. Kind of. So let's take a look at our map. There's ATMs where you can extract money. We'll just keep ripping down the main road here.
Thank you.
You hear people talking. You know?
So what do you do about that issue? He just tried to lockpick your car, tried to steal that shit.
Well,
attempted
theft
of a vehicle. Oh, okay.
A lot of this game is communicating. So you call the cops. You have this window. You can use your cell phone. Right? You can see what you have on you as far as items that are
not right at the minute.
used for eating or mining. They're stored in here rather than your actual inventory. You can start gangs. I'm still learning a lot about this mode too. Sync data will save your character.
I'm not wanted for anything though.
See, that's a cop.
You will be when he gets back.
Or he's just dressed as a cop.
Ooh.
What's up, guys?
I'm not gonna
So what's
restrain
the
you right
fine?
now, so I don't have to start
What's the
timer.
fine? How much is the fine?
You know, the cops actually find people. It's quite fun. Now, you can get banned for griefing. Like, if you just go, they call it random death matches, or vehicle death matches. If you go around, I think that's what they stand for. If you go around just hitting people and griefing them, you can get banned from the server. Okay, so the idea is you want to make money. You'll steadily get a paycheck as time goes on. I think every 5 minutes, depending on the server settings, will put money into your bank account. Around that, you do want to get rich. You can buy property, you can buy vehicles, and to do that, you need to get licenses, for mining. You can go apple picking, you can go peach picking, you can run drugs, you can do delivery missions, all across this entire map. You'll see here I can buy a car. Right, so here's a quad bike. You can rent it or buy it. This one's only for buy, so let's just buy it. It's locked. To unlock it, you use. It was you. There we go.
For 5,000.
And I want to drive it to driver's seat. Scroll wheel.
5,000.
So if I go hit people now, it's against the law. It's griefing. It's so tempting to just run these guys over, but I'm not going to. Let's go try to store this in the garage. There's gas. Your vehicles have durabilities. So a garage is used to store, there's gun shops. You don't start with a gun. You can't punch. It doesn't work like that. You're a civilian. Shiz the terrible driver. We need to get on the other side of that. And just to give you an idea of how long it would take to get across this map. See how slow I'm moving. Takes a bit. So let's, you know, you can fill it up with gas. I think that's a gas bar at the top there. You can also go first person. I actually find it a bit easier to drive. This is fucking garage. Right click gets rid of your menu. Okay, so I don't think you can store an ATV in the garage, but let's get off it. So you can engine off. Let's get out. Lock it back up. If you don't lock your vehicle, someone can steal it. Vehicle garage. No, it's not letting us. So that's it. That's really, you know, Altis Life in a nutshell. You need to carry a big enough backpack if you want to go farming. Then you bring your stuff back to a market. You can sell it there. If you get a license for firearms, you can buy guns eventually. You can join gangs and that sort of thing. Countdown to abort because it's like that. And disconnect. Hey guys, welcome back. We're into Breaking Point now. So what I had to do was you launch Breaking Point through its own launcher on the desktop. This lets you track your stats and lets you see the server list and join different servers that are dedicated servers for Breaking Point. You can do your updates there. You can help them out with bug reporting and everything else. Okay, so we're just going to, it's kind of the same, you know, layout in this sense, but a completely different game. So the entire class system, there's different roles. So you have rangers, nomads, hunters, survivalists, and what was the other one? One more. Anyway, the each class has its own kind of role to take on. Oh, outlaws was the other one. So how that works is basically, okay, for example, I'm a survivalist. So to gain points as a survivalist, there's a tiered leveling system with 3 tiers. If you're in your max tier, you have some extra bonuses that your character gets, whether it be stealthing or less chance that zombies are going to notice you. You'll also get a different outfit with it. So you need to play your role to level up in that sense. Do you have to? No, you don't have to at all. But if you want to level up, you have to play your role. Buddy system. Now, the buddy system, if you're just starting out, take the chance, join it. You can maybe get a chance to talk to someone else and learn a bit about the game. That's what I did in the start. You'll quickly learn that a lot of griefers use the buddy system to directly just fuck you up, because you get a little icon above your head and then you can be located with the buddy system. So I'm still learning this game. I don't know everything about it yet, but I just wanted to show you how different it is. Okay? So this is me as a survivalist. I'm trying to avoid contact with people. The longer I survive, the more points I get. Killing zombies also gives me points. Where I get big points is when I go hunting. I can kill animals. I can gut animals. That gives me points. I can gut zombies. That will also give me points. So this may look familiar to any of you DayZ players. right? You're just scavenging. You're not going to find military forces. At the most, you'll find other players. And I'm looking for supplies. Now, the difference between this and DayZ is supplies in this aren't all laying about the land. They're in crates or suitcases. There's weapon crates. You can build your own weapon crates to store them if you want on a server. You just got to remember where it is. You can destroy other people's weapon crates. You need to stay fed. You need to stay hydrated. So how that works, you'll see there's no sort of indicator of any sort. But you need to listen to the signs. If you hear grumbling, that's your stomach. You got to eat something. If you start panting like you're out of breath, you're thirsty. If you're groaning, you're in pain, and you can fix all this with different items you find in the game. If you hear coughing, you're infected. So you'll see I have again this layout. Antivirals, morphine, syringe, small bandages, painkillers. So this is all my kind of... I found a bunch of ammo. I did raid a military base, so I have a lot equipped. And I'm in pretty good shape right now. A compass, a watch. Let's take the painkillers. You can make fires with wood and matches. Now let's just get to some zombies. I would like to find a zombie or two so I can show you how well done they are. They're very well done. The animations are beautiful. I'm a lonesome survivor. You get points for getting in packs too, like Survivor not so much, you're solo, but let's say you're an outlaw. If you team up with other outlaws and help other outlaws, you get points for that. If you're a ranger, you don't get points for killing anyone but I think hunters, because their intents are pure to kill everyone. That's what hunters do. You'll get points as a ranger if you help people, and if you give them first aid treatment or food, supplies, that kind of thing. Okay, come on, zombies. Let's fire around. Let's try to get some attention. Obviously, always a bad idea if you're trying to survive. Shooting for nothing. Shooting is usually a last resort. If any of us are familiar with a zombie survival game. Sometimes you spawn and there's not many zombies. I've seen everything from entire towns without zombies to towns with hordes of zombies, and I mean like 100 coming at you at once. Also, locations are appropriate for items you find. Military bases will have lots of, you'll find backpacks, guns, lots of ammo, that sort of thing. Whereas grocery stores will yield more food. Houses, you can get a bit of anything. You're not going to find military-grade weapons generally, just in random houses, but you will find varmint rifles and the odd pistol. There's a crate. Okay, well, I think I heard a zombie groan. Let's take that. Soda is valuable as fuck. Let's get rid of one of those. Take the soda. Stick with that. Now, you'll notice I'm running around. You don't hear me breathing. For now, it seems that the stamina breathing system has been taken out. So, and maybe it's because the landmass is so enormous and you do so much running. Even compared to DayZ, there's so much more to explore. Zombies can open doors in this. Now I should be trying to acquire some kind of hunting rifle, but I just love my FAMAS so much. And I've actually found some clips for it, so... Okay there, you fucking zombies. Where you at? Viewers want to see you. Come on. Okay, so I am here. You'll notice my spot wasn't marked on the map, because you have to navigate on your own. Starting fires is neat. As long as you have wooden matches, you can do it. You can cook food on it. As far as I know, you can boil water. Like I said, I'm still newer to this. If you have any tips for me, throw them in the comments below. They'd be greatly appreciated. There are zombies, I promise. You can check the amount of players in a server. You open your map, go players, okay. It's got its own custom music. It's actually quite immersive. At night, it gets scary, it gets dark. You know, kind of like DayZ in the sense where you can go through entire towns and not see a single zombie. And remember, this is free. This is all part of Armed Assault 3. And this is one small example of all the possibilities. Is it worth 60 bucks? In my opinion, it is. Should you buy it? That's up to you. I sure as fuck did. As soon as I saw this mod too. Actually, you know what? It was Altis Life. I was watching Twitch streamer Sal's TV actually, and he was streaming Altis Life, and I saw it, and I was blown away. I just asked him, "What are you playing?" And he explained it was Altis Life, which is a big mod for Armed Assault 3, and I bought it a minute later. All right, so we're not running into many zombies right now. Like I said, it all depends. Maybe someone has been through here and cleared them out. People like them because they do give XP, so killing them is, there are some perks. You can loot them, you can gut them. And so that's pretty much it for Armed Assault. Like I said, if you have any comments, please post them below in the comments. If any tips for me or for the community, your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think. What's your favorite part of Armed Assault 3? What did you buy it for? Look at that landscape, just to give you an idea of how enormous this map is. So we'll cut it there. There's a zombie. Oh, look at that. Came out just for you guys. You can gut him, see? I have the option, which will give me, as a survivalist, points. I saw another one, so before I get on my knee and start gutting, I gotta clear out. Oh, I shot that wall down. Yes, there are destructible buildings as well. I've seen buildings been blown up and leveled. So, your trusty scroll wheel, come on. He turns into big slabs of meat. And you say, why would you gut a zombie? I know, that's what I thought too. But I think you can sterilize the meat maybe if you cook it? I don't know, but there has to be a reason for it, because I'm gutting zombies as a survivalist, and it gives me points. And that will be Breaking Point in a nutshell. I hope this overview and kind of introduction video has helped you for Armed Assault, and you get to hopefully make a sound decision whether or not you want to spend the $60. My opinion, it's worth it. Lots of people play it. There's many, many mods and options and customizability throughout. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, peeps. That's Shizwack. Next time I will have my camera up. You will be able to see my face. That's Shizwack on Twitter, Twitch TV, and YouTube. Thanks for watching, peeps. Have a great day. Peace.